Girl, the wasps are out here. This net gonna cut it, and I need these plants to get bigger. There go a pepper right there, y'all see it? Like, that's really pretty. It's all right. I'm tired of talking about them, and I'm tired of dealing with them. I feel good. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia, and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And today we're going on a garden tour, y'all. So earlier this week, I think Monday, today is Wednesday. So yes, it was Monday. I asked if anyone wanted a garden tour because I have been doing garden tours every week, but I'm not sure that people want to see them every week. So I asked, do you want to see a garden tour? People said that they were okay with seeing a garden tour. So I figured I would do a garden tour today. We have some new things that I have put up. I have not put them all up yet, but I'm going to show you the new things I put up, and they make the garden feel so magical. But before we talk about that, my name is Asia. I grow in Virginia, zone 7B. I grow in ground, I grow in bags, I grow in no-dig, raised beds, greenhouses, green stalks. We've been gardening seriously, and when I say we, me and my daughter. It started out with me and my daughter. She did not sign up for all of this. She was fine with the garden bed, the one garden bed. She was out here, she was helping me. Even I think when I went to 3, she was fine. When I covered the whole backyard, she was like, yeah, this is not me. But let me tell you, when my family member passed away a couple of months ago, my son's job gave him a plant. She has been taking care of that indoor plant since he got it. And yesterday she potted it up. We went and got a pot for it, all of that stuff. She potted it up, and she said, I want to be a gardener, but I want to be an inside gardener. I was like, okay, baby, I'm fine with that too. So in case you were wondering, what you're seeing out here is from 2020 until now. I just kept building, kept adding, and it ended up being my whole backyard. I'm gonna try to do this garden tour a little bit different so it's not super long. But you never know with me. Y'all are the people I talk to about gardening. My mother gardens, but not to the point that I'm just gonna be sitting around talking to her about it like that. My aunt grows tomatoes. I helped her plant her tomatoes yesterday. I do have a friend, he gardens in green stalks, so I have him to talk to. After that, it is y'all. So I make long videos because I like to watch long videos, and because it lets me talk about gardening as long as I want to. So I appreciate the amount of time you watch. If you can't watch the whole thing, I totally understand that too. So let's go see what we got going on out here, y'all. The other thing before we get started is somebody mentioned that they didn't know I had chickens. I'm guessing you may be new here, but I do. I have chickens. I have 3. I also have quail. I put up the new waterers that we talked about the other day. So yes, I do have chickens out here on my urban homestead. I've had chickens since 2021. I started out with 4. I ended up with 6 at a point, 7 at a point, and now we're down to 3. Things have happened. But yes, I do have chickens in this enclosure back here. I was telling y'all that I want to make this area for the quail, but that coop is pretty much trash and we need to build something else. So me and my son are gonna do that. But yeah, this whole little space over here, and I do like that they have so much space. Right now, they're inside of their run, but when I'm outside and I can actually pay attention and make sure nothing is gonna come down or come get them, I let them roam the whole entire area. But anyway, right now they're in because I'm gonna be doing this garden tour and not actually watching them. So we're gonna start inside of the garden today because the inside of the garden is looking amazing, y'all. It's looking really good. I'm very proud of this. Now, what I will tell you is, you know, it's kind of hard to get around. That's why I sometimes start on the outside because it's just easier to start out there, but we're starting inside today. So just a quick pan of everything in this space. This is the main garden, that's what I call it. This is where I started gardening. That bed right there is the first bed that I ever had, and then I just added stuff on. So the zucchini, and actually this is squash. The squash down here has our female flowers, has a bunch of female flowers. You see one right there, there's one over there, there. And then you see the male flowers. So I am thinking we're gonna get squash soon. Pretty excited about that. This is in a bed that is slightly shaded too, which is interesting to me. I know squash likes sun, likes to be in sun. So it's doing fine over here though. And I do have rabbit manure on the top. As it rains, that should break down. We have a lot of rain in our forecast. I'm planning to do this video this morning, get it edited, get it posted, and then this evening I'm gonna do another video for Friday. because I think the next like 5 or 6 days it's supposed to rain. Y'all, I think that's a ladybug. Now, if it's not, y'all tell me, because the last time I thought I had ladybugs, somebody said it was not a ladybug, but I'm about to show y'all. Is that a ladybug? It's on my potato plant. I'm gonna look it up after this myself, but let me see if I can back up. Is that a ladybug? I don't know. By the way, if you send me something that's alive to my post office box, can you let me know that you sent it so I can go and check? I don't check my post office box like frequently as I should, nowhere near as frequent as I should. Someone sent me live ladybugs. They were not alive by the time I checked my P.O box. So thank you to the person who sent them, but I was not able to use them because I didn't know they were there. And I really thought though my post office would have called me because it said live ladybugs on the box. They didn't call me. And when I went to check, I was like, what is that smell? And then that's when I realized that there were live ladybugs in there at some point. So if you do send me something that's alive, shoot me an email, do something to let me know that you sent me something that's alive. Put a comment or something, because I didn't get to use them. And I know that the person who sent them probably sent them because I had a horrible aphid situation last year. And then I was also dealing with them on my seedlings. They ended up moving along from my seedlings. We don't have any in the garden right now. So I understand why you sent them. I just don't check my post office box enough to have live things sent that I don't know about. So I just wanted to put that out there. But mostly because I saw that ladybug and I was like, oh, well, at least what I think is a ladybug. I need to look it up. I need to take a picture because it has the white head. It's a white head and it looks orange and black. Might be a potato beetle, honestly. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna look that up because if I need to get rid of it, I need to do it now. Let's see here. Not really sure what the potato beetles look like. I know they are a thing though. Hold on, let's see. I know I said a garden tour, but I need to look this up. Potato beetle. No, that's not it. Oh, that's right. The potato beetle are the ones with the stripes mostly. Okay, now let's look up ladybug and does she have a white head? No, ladybugs seem to have a black head. I'm gonna say ladybug with white head because it's gonna tell me what it is. Asian lady beetle is what that is. And I don't think they're good for my garden. Can be aggressive, leave behind a yellow, foul smelling odor. I'm not sure that's a friend of my garden, but it seems to be staying right here. So I will come back. And then there's another little small black one beside it. That could be the baby. Anyway, those potatoes also they'll be ready next month. If something is in there and started to eat the leaves, I don't think I'm worried that much. Speaking of potatoes, look at them. There's a sea of potatoes. These ones have started to fall over and I checked the soil. I was like, maybe the soil is dry. The soil is not dry. So these may be starting to come ready for harvest, but I'm gonna try my hardest this year to let everything die back like I'm supposed to. They already flowered. They flowered a while ago. See, this is where the flowers were. Flowers died. They have started to kind of fall over. And down the row, you have some that's flowering now. But these flowered a while ago. So I'm just gonna leave them. Like I said, I checked the soil. The soil is moist, it's not dry soil. So I think that they are starting to die out and it will be time to harvest them soon. The peppers that we put into the cages are looking really good. I have decided I'm gonna go ahead and go get more cages because what I decided is it can't hurt. Why would I need to wait 2 weeks to decide if it works? Because what I do know is I'm pretty sure it's not going to hurt the plant and it's probably going to hold it together, and later on in the season I'm going to be happy that I did because these plants are going to get really tall and bushy. I do not top my plants, so some people will take the top of their plant off and so it can be short and bushy. Mine are tall and bushy. Same thing works for me, so I already know that that's going to happen. It happens every year. There's really no reason for me to wait to see if I need the Girl, the wasps are out here. There's really no reason for me to wait to see if I need them because I will need them. And either, Puppy, no. Why would you try to get that bird? It's so much going on out here. Puppy was trying to get a bird. The bird, what in the world? I never seen her do that before. Anyway, I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna go get them. I haven't done it yet. So I did some harvesting of these dahlias, y'all, and they just coming right back. These dahlia plants have done amazing. So I also keep saying that I started them too early. maybe I didn't. You know, maybe I didn't start them too early. Maybe, you know, I should start them early. Maybe they have to go to the 5-inch pots for me. I'm not telling nobody to start their dahlias early. I'm saying for me, maybe this was the sweet spot for me. I don't remember when I started them dahlias. I think I started them sometime in January, maybe February. It was very early and they were huge when I put them out into this garden, but they are producing amazingly. By the way, I lost one of my earrings, y'all. I was so upset. One of my Tree of Life earrings, I lost it. No idea what happened to it. And then I found an old pair of earrings and those broke. So now I ain't got no earrings. I gotta go to the store and get some earrings. Anyway, look at this beauty right here. These are floret dahlias. I started them from seed, but every time I harvest, I just get a bunch more, right? So I harvested these. They're sitting on a table in the living room. But like, yeah, they look amazing. And I set these beds up with Fox Farm soil. Pretty sure of that. And then I also put some rabbit manure in here. These plants are actually thriving. Look at that one. Actually really, really beautiful. On the front of this bed, we have our purple potted pole beans. They're gonna go up this trellis. I still have not finished clearing this trellis off. Maybe I'll do that once I'm finished with this video. These are bean plants from last year that I just let dry. They're easier to get off of the trellis when you do that. We have more this year. That's where they're gonna grow. I'm going to stake these dahlias to push them back some because they are kind of in the trellis. And then my beans are kind of pushing forward instead of going to the trellis, if you see what I mean. So I'm gonna do something here to push those back so that the beans can get onto the trellis. Our melons that we planted are still alive, getting their true leaves as well, so that's really cool. I cannot wait for those to grow. My daughter loves cantaloupe. I do not. So I have a sugar cube down here and I have a Minnesota midget, so they'll both grow up this side of the trellis. And the beans, like I said before, normally when they get to the top, they start to shoot towards the sun and I have to pull them back down. So I'll just pull them back down this side and let the melons grow on the other side. That is my plan. The Hortonova trellising is working really well. If you can see down here, it's working really well, y'all. We talked about this earlier, so we ain't gonna talk too much about it, but look at this. We got us 2 early girls on this plant and I'm coming through and hitting my flowers just to make sure we get some pollination. I am seeing lots of bees out here, so I'm just doing it because I want to. Essentially, there are bees out here. Not right now, I don't see hardly any bees, but throughout the day there are bees out here in the garden and I'm very happy to see that. We have more tomatoes over here on the Hortonova. This is from Haas. I've mentioned that a few times, but in case you're interested in a situation that doesn't take a lot of work, this did not take a lot of work to get up. And there's a link down in my bio if you are interested in ordering from Haas. But these plants look really good. They are indeterminate paste on this side. And there's one great white right there. Oh, I went through this morning and pulled off the tops of the basil. The basil plants are not looking good anywhere this year. So I did start some more so that if I need to replace these plants, I can. I've made some pesto, but I want way more than I have. Also plan to make some basil tea, things like that. So I need more basil. This not gonna cut it. And I need these plants to get bigger. Basils can grow just like a pepper can grow. Nice, tall, and bushy. So I need some more. It's very nice out here this morning. It's supposed to be 90-some degrees, but it's like nice. There's a breeze. I don't know if y'all can see it anywhere in the back from the plants. Well, ain't that many plants back there. Anyway, it's very nice out here. The pepper plants are doing good in this middle section. This is where I was saying I'm just gonna go ahead and get the cages. That it can't hurt and there's no reason not to go ahead and get them. That pepper over here, that is still looking good. Like I said, I don't take off flowers and things like that. And I did fertilize for the first time. I'm pretty sure it's the first time, maybe the second time since I put them out here, because it's a large area to fertilize. And for me, I want to make sure I always fertilize the containers because they can't get nutrients from anywhere other than me. So if I get around to fertilizing the containers and I don't get around to the beds, like the block beds or to the in-ground beds or no dig, I'm okay with that. Even the raised beds, I'm okay with that because they can get nutrients elsewhere. The containers cannot. I did go through last night and I actually fertilized the whole garden. You want to know something? Every last one of the Espoma Organics liquid fertilizer I had is gone. I cannot use that even though I like it unless I find it in something a bit bigger because that's going to be very expensive. I was looking at Agro Thrive last night because they sell larger quantities. I'm just trying to find a balanced liquid fertilizer, organic, that's not going to cost me an arm and a leg that I can use to fertilize the whole garden. So I'm on a search for that. If you want to share what you use, I would be appreciative for it because yeah, what I got, that's not going to work. What I have. So we got some more basil. I pulled some off. The other thing with basil is the more that you harvest, the more it should grow. That's not looking like that's the situation this year. Also, look at that beautiful marigold, y'all. I think marigolds are pretty. I think they smell bad, but I think they're pretty. Oh, by the way, our cucumbers, they're looking good. And I did put one sunflower back here. And two people reminded me in the last video or asked me. One person reminded me to put the sunflower back in the greenhouse and one person said you forgot. I did it. I put it back after the video was over. What I did forget to do was water it. And so it died because it was already a small seedling. And so you needed to have some moisture on the roots and I didn't. So it did die, but I have started some more sunflowers anyway. So that's fine. Got another marigold over here. It's pretty. We have marigolds and basil basically mixed in here. And this is the space where we have our peppers that are doing really well in the garden beds this year. There go a pepper right there. Y'all see it. I'm super excited. Our beans right here are looking a little bit yellow, but they were struggling pretty bad in the heat, but they're looking really good right now. I may come through with some fish emulsion just because they are yellow. I would like them to be green. Well, they're light green. I'm saying yellow. I'm being dramatic. They're light green. The miniature sunflowers. So these are teddy bear sunflowers. They are finally started to grow. You know, we put these in here just with their seed leaves. So they were very small. And I need to come through now and put the straw back on them. I need to come through and do that because they are big enough. The leeks look terrible. I'm still leaving them for now, but they actually look really bad. I think there's Allium leaf miner in there, and that's okay. These are King Richard leeks. Look at this nasturtium throwing out flowers. Nasturtiums are so pretty, y'all. And then there's also a nasturtium over there. Oh, we might as well go ahead and point out that asparagus bed, it still looks bad. We just letting it grow this year. And right there, remember I was saying that the potatoes are flowering down here? There they go. And they are starting to fall off. And so, like I said, sometime in June, this sea of potatoes should be done and ready to go. And I am hopeful that we have a really good harvest of potatoes this year. I've been getting the question or comment of like, what do you use your harvest for? Someone left a comment and said, what do you use your harvest for? We never see what gardeners use their harvest for. For me, if I don't make it in a video, I am posting all harvest if they are not done on camera and how I use my garden harvest over in the community section. It might say post now. I don't know. YouTube changed it, but you can also see it over there for me. Over here we have some more beans and then we have our sunflowers just like the other one. These aren't doing as well. The other one looks like it's pretty much dead. That's right here. So I might have to plant another one. These leeks don't look as bad, but they don't look great. And then back here, you have some tomatoes. These are patio tomatoes. So they're just a small compact tomato. Then we also have some more marigolds, beautiful. There's basil in here and more tomato plants. The beds are looking actually really, really nice. We're not gonna leave the flower bed for last because it's kind of starting to pop, y'all. That's Dahlia. These Dahlias came back from last year. I had them planted last year. They didn't do a lot and I ended up just leaving the tubers down in the ground and they came back. This one over here also came back and this one back there. These are all from last year and I did not pull them out of the ground. The hollyhocks look pretty bad, but they're still producing. We still have more flowers that's gonna grow. Eventually though, I'm gonna just cut this whole plant down to the ground because we also have rust. We get rust every year. This is what rust looks like. The milkweed or butterfly weed, not sure exactly which one it is, that has started to flower. Is beautiful. Hopefully the butterflies will start to move through, but it's beautiful. It is also native to my area. The lupin aren't doing anything. The lupin are just like sitting here, and maybe next year I'll get them because they are perennial, because I put them in, the roots will be in the soil, so maybe they'll do better next year because they're not doing anything this year. The echinacea is coming back, y'all, and we got 2 of them. Actually, there's one right there. We should have echinacea next year, a bigger plant next year. And snapdragons still look beautiful. We still have some of the burgundy ones with a little bit of yellow. You can see it a little bit better here. Beautiful. The canna lily, which is also about to flower. It has a pretty flower. It's just big and it tries to take over. So I do come through and cut it and try to pull some of it because it's not a bad plant. It's just a bully. And I don't want a whole bed of canna lilies because somebody was like that, you know, is their favorite and it has pretty flowers. I agree, but that plant will take over my whole bed if I let it. Basically, the ranunculus over here is dying out. Not completely, but it didn't do a lot over here. And a lot of the situation here is watering and it's just dry over here. But the zinnias are starting to take over. That's what I did. Where we had ranunculus, I stuck zinnia or some other flower, aster, so that when the ranunculus died out, that plant would take over. But here goes some more of the snapdragons. So pretty. Here's another dahlia down here, and the sedum, which I always point out last. And so when I say popping, it looks better than it has. It's nothing to write home about, but I do think by the time that summer gets here and we're in full effect and things really start blooming and the zinnias get bigger, I think that it's gonna look better over here. But what we're doing here is hopefully making something that's perennial so that I don't have to worry about planting flowers here every year, that they will come back all on their own. What I'm also planning to do this year is these dahlias that I have in this bed, this one right here, I am planning to dig the tubers and move them into the flower bed because they should come back. And then I will still plant more dahlias out here next year, but then I can have a bed full of dahlias and snapdragons and milkweed, canna lily, that kind of stuff that I don't have to worry about planting every year. So that's my plan. The ranunculus is definitely coming to an end. Like, the plants are still green and stuff, but it's 90 something degrees. But there you have it. Zinnia. That's gonna take over this bed. Zinnias get really big. I'm okay with the fact that I don't have a zinnia up here because those plants are gonna get huge with like huge leaves. They can get really tall and really bushy because I also do not top them. This is another one right here. This is that thing that grows. I need to go get something to cut it. I will remember to do that. We have our tomatoes here that's on the Florida weed. These are indeterminates. I need to tie them up. I have not come through to add another layer, but if you can see, this is the last layer. We have lots of space in here. So I said indeterminates. These are determinate tomatoes, not indeterminates. We already talked about these zucchini or squash. These might actually be zucchini right here. They were extra plants, so I just threw them in this bed because I didn't have a plan for this bed. And it seems like it was a good idea. This is supposed to have something on it. At this point, we're gonna let these squash finish, and then I'm gonna plant something on this side. I can't remember what's supposed to be over here. I told y'all in another video. So we're gonna get this planted out soon for sure. Over here, our St. John's wort looks like it might be ready to start flowering, but it's huge, y'all. You see that? And it's growing in a 7-gallon grow bag. 7-gallon grow bag. That tomato that we moved is down here doing well. Also has flowers on it, and I come through and do that. Still don't know what that is. It was a volunteer tomato. Y'all, I do think that this elderberry is gonna have to go somewhere else. But looky here, we won't be doing it anytime soon. We got flowers coming, but we also, I know somebody's gonna say you need 2 plants, you'll get more. I have another one down here. This was one, I basically stuck the branch into the soil and it rooted and it's starting to grow. I might move it from in there so it can get a little more sun. Might put it somewhere out here. But yeah, we got elderberry flowers. Pretty excited about that. Look at this dahlia, y'all. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful one too. This was a part of the ones I started too early, but it's in shade. So this is the first time this one has bloomed, I think. It's got ants all in it, if you can see it, but it's pretty. I need to stake it. I probably will. The dill is not looking that good anymore. Pretty sure that's gonna start dying out, but I have preserved quite a bit of dill. I don't use just a lot of it, so I don't need a whole bunch, but I did preserve some. The borage is looking very leggy because it's in the shade, but borage gets really bushy and really tall. We'll see what happens. We still have not gotten the actual flower from the mullein. But another thing is, I think I'm gonna harvest some of this mullein and I'm gonna go ahead and preserve it in the freeze dryer because I hear that it's good for your lungs, which, you know, I could use that. I'm not going to use it without doing my research, but just like I did with the yarrow, I want to dry it. I want to have it so that when I am able to do my research and I am feeling comfortable with trying it, I can and I will have it. Because as I understand it, these are biennial. They're going to die out. Then I don't know that I'm going to plant them again unless I start to use them. So I'm going to harvest some of those leaves and take them in the house. We have some more tomatoes over here. These are determinate tomatoes in a little bit of shade, which is why they look so ridiculous, I think. But I also fertilized these yesterday too. They have flowers on them. And I grow tomatoes here every year. These just look very tall and they're normally a lot more bushy. So we'll see what happens here. Over here, I think y'all were right. My saffron has died back. There is like really nothing to be seen. As I think I understand, they should come back maybe late summer, fall, start to grow, and I should get some saffron flowers. We shall see. We're not gonna plant anything here. We're just gonna let it stay bare. I may put a little more straw on it just to make sure this soil is covered. But yeah, we're not gonna plant anything there. The snapdragons in this bed. Oh, how beautiful. White and burgundy, y'all. Like, that's really pretty. I like that one. And then we have a dahlia in here that I still need to stake. I keep saying that, still haven't staked it. And then behind this bed, you have our garlic. And we don't have a lot of splitting, but we do still have some. Like right there, that's splitting. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this one. This one was planted in November. The September ones are making it. They're doing well, and no splitting and stuff over there either. Let me just double check, make sure I'm right. When I say splitting, I'm more concerned about, what you call them things? Allium leaf miner. But this one definitely has cloves. We're gonna keep it, and I don't see allium leaf miner on the outside of it. I ain't seeing nothing. Let's pull. Oh, no, look. But it's in the top of the neck. You see that hole right there? It's in the top of the neck. So I think I'm gonna keep it, y'all. Oh, there go another one. You know, maybe I'm about to pull my garlic. I do not want to lose this garlic harvest to allium leaf miner. Let's do it. And I feel more comfortable still keeping this and eating this because it's in the neck. I'm not going to be eating the neck. The onions, it was in the actual onion. I don't want to lose this harvest. We're going to take what we can get. And this is from November, and we got a head like that. So I'm sure the one in September that I planted in September should be a little bit bigger. We're going to pull them, y'all. I don't want to lose this harvest. So we definitely going to try to get some beneficial nematodes. We probably still going to take a year off because I'm successful this year, but now I'm fighting the leaf miner, allium leaf miner. Let me go grab a basket because we can ready to harvest these. All right, so we got our basket. If I could be honest, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm sick of these allium leaf miners, baby. I am sick of them. This is one from November. That's not very big, but it could still be used. Trying to see if I see any allium leaf miner. Which, where's my phone? I got a guy coming to get some trash. Sorry, y'all. All right, let's get to harvesting. Let's see what they looking. I mean, they're not bad. Oh, see, yeah, it was time to harvest. This is, I have noticed it's a part of allium leaf miner too. It's starting to split and it's starting to open. So it's all right. It's all right. I'm tired of talking about them and I'm tired of dealing with them. But I will say I'm still proud. I'm still proud. Like, this is still a nice harvest, and we haven't even pulled the ones from September yet. This is still nice. And you got a snail right there. Up, allium leaf miner. Yeah, we don't eat the neck of these, so. Oh, what are we looking like? Y'all, I'm excited. These are the ones from September. Oh! I did it. I did it, and these are from September. I planted these out in September. The rules told me that I need to plant it after it was cold and like don't let it come up. That is what I have always seen the rules say. Y'all, September is my year. Listen, I'm so excited. Also, allium leaf miner. But I am so excited. Oh, this is so awesome. This is super amazing. I don't know why I'm pulling this off. I'm not going to do it to all of it because I know it needs to dry. But I'm just trying to, I'm honestly looking for the allium leaf miner. That's why I'm doing it, because I'm trying to see. Yeah. Very nice. I'm super excited. Look at that. Ah! All right, let's see. Oh, yeah. Also, this is just exciting. This is just exciting. Yep. I'm excited, y'all. Very nice. Oh, I'm so happy. So September, and I do see splitting down here too. All right, let's see here. Yeah, very nice. These are very nice. You see that? The soil is very loose and loamy. I think this was Burger BM6. I'm excited. I know y'all sick of hearing me say I'm excited. I think the guy is out here picking up my trash already. He comes often. Oh yeah, that's a split. That got split. Okay, that's okay. I'm just happy that I have finally figured this out. Oh. And what I figured out is plant it in September. Nice. I mean, those are nice, y'all. Very nice. Now, what I am not concerned, but wondering, no, I feel the separation because I'm like, is this just one big piece of garlic? But I don't think so. I can see some separation. Very nice. Yeah, but the allium leaf miner is definitely in here. In the neck. Glad I decided to pull it. This bed is going to be sunflowers. Pro cut. You only get one sunflower head, so it only grows one stalk. Think it would be cool to put in here to replace this. And I have no idea how you braid garlic. Also, I do not know what garlic variety this is. I got this from a local farmer's market, so I have no idea. Yeah, see right there? You can see all the way into that. So that's not gonna store well as I understand it. So we'll just eat this fresh. I'm excited, y'all. Best garlic harvest I've ever had. Also, I'm gonna take a break real quick because I think the guy's up front, but I'm excited, like super excited, y'all. I know this is supposed to be a garden tour turned into a harvest, an amazing harvest at that. Yeah, my guy was here. He's still up there, but I just stopped real quick to let him know I knew he was here. So, okay, see, glad I pulled it. Hope I can get closer. Right there, that's an allium leaf miner. And they are in the folds. You see that? I know they're not all the way inside though, so that's a plus. With the onions, they were inside. Like you could see where they had already started to kind of barrel down, which is why I decided not to keep them and I gave them back to the earth. But I will tell y'all, both of those would have been, the onions would have been successful this year, and these garlics are too, because I can pull this outside layer off and still be able to use this garlic. But just a very nice harvest. We're gonna finish the garden tour, at least of the main garden today. We might do a second half for the green stalks and stuff. Y'all, I'm excited. And I'm gonna try to keep some of this for next year to grow it. Plant it in September. Like this one we're gonna use, because you can see that is split. I'm gonna take that in the house, clean it off, and we're gonna use that for cooking. I also pretty sure these are hard neck garlics. I got scapes from these. Pretty sure hard neck is the one you get scapes from. Nice, very, very nice. I'm gonna clean them up, kind of dust them off a little bit, but I'm very excited about that. I feel good. I feel good. I'm just showing a few more. I think this is probably the biggest one. And I think if I could have let them stay longer, these would have gotten even bigger. And that's okay though, because I'd rather get them at a decent size than to not get them at all. By the way, while we're standing over here, while I'm kind of just getting these under control a little bit, I'm gonna show you what I said that I added. I'm sure you can see it right here. There's a pole, and it's from a company that I didn't even know had solar lights, because I never really, I guess, paid attention, because they are known for something else. But I got solar lights for my sitting space. Y'all, it's magical out here. It's literally magical, but we're gonna talk about them in the next video, because I wanna use them, which I have been, and I'm loving them, but I wanna make sure, you know, nothing goes wrong that I need to tell y'all about. And then I also got another one right here, and it is motion sensor, and I can see out in the garden after dark. So I want to get more to put all the way across, but I want to test it first, make sure that it works before I do that. But they're nice and bright. Like, I can work out here throughout the evening after it gets dark, because they're pretty bright lights. Anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all about them in the next video. But let's finish this main garden tour, and we will save the green stalks and the greenhouses for the next garden tour. Okay, so back to the garden, which we pretty much very close to ending this. So now you see that bed is empty. I am going to put some more straw on it. Probably, I would say, maybe do some fertilizing, because sunflowers are pretty heavy feeders, but we're gonna plant this with sunflowers. I think it'll be pretty. And then these are the two beds we talked about. This has the saffron, this had the garlic. Beside it, we have some more tomatoes. These are determinate tomatoes right here. We have flowers on them. This is that patio yellow right there, but we got flowers right here. I think a lot of these are a Italian Roma, aside from this one right here and that one. The rest are Italian Romas, so I'm hoping to be able to make some paste and things out of it. So we're excited to see that they're growing well. And then behind that space, you have our blueberries, which are starting to ripen. I showed y'all that in the last video. Birds aren't eating them just yet, but I am going to cover them with some black netting that worked out really well, and it matched really well last year. The beans in the middle bed looking good. Look at these marigolds. Oh, they look so, oh, look at these nasturtiums. I don't know that I saw them. They beautiful. I need to harvest some of those. I eat nasturtiums. I could put them in a salad, and we got lettuce, y'all. I could put it in a salad. I could just put it on my plate and eat it. I like nasturtiums. Look at this dahlia right here. That need to be staked too. That's a multi-layered one. Very pretty. It's mixed in over here with these potatoes, because there's more potatoes over here. These are the blue ones. A wasp. But these are all black beans down here in this bed. This whole bed is black beans. So I'm very excited to get this harvest. But you can see we got some kind of, I'm pretty sure that is a bean beetle. Might be a potato beetle. Who knows? Either way, it's not a friend. I'm pretty sure it's not a friend, if you can see it. I'm going to go inside and kind of look. Even if it is, I'm not seeing a lot of holes on here. So, yeah, we should be okay. And then we got our tomatoes back here. This is early girl. Right there, you got two on there. You got one right there. These are both early girl tomatoes. Pretty excited to see how those are doing. I need to get around to putting these up on the trellis. I'm not gonna do it right now because the sun has come out and we're not playing those games. We are not. We about to go in the house. That's my breakfast alarm and I have not eaten breakfast yet. Okay, so let's go look at our elevated raised bed and then the calendula and chamomile bed. More black beans in this bed, trying to get out of the shot. This is more black beans. This side, I think, gets more sun throughout the day. So you can see it looks a little more full than this side right here. But look at this. This is the patio choice yellow. Look at those tomatoes, y'all. And more flowers. So I'm excited. And then we also have a zinnia back here in this bed. So I think this bed is going to produce pretty nicely for us too. It'll pretty much be black beans all year because I'm letting the beans dry on the plant. Over here, you got this grapevine that I haven't done anything with just yet. But I think honestly think I'm just going to come through and cut it back. That's what I think I'm going to do. I don't know that to be true because I also can just take some tomato clips and push it back onto the trellis and attach it. So I could do that too. But anyway, y'all, looky here. All the calendula. So need to come and harvest this. And the chamomile needs to be harvested too. This bed turned out to be a very nice addition. And like I said, I'm hoping that if I leave these and the seeds drop, it just comes back every year on its own. That's what I'm hoping for. But look at that. Like, they look real nice. The last spot is the orchard, which I am still loving so much better because I can still get to things. I don't think we have any peaches left on these trees. Well, no, there goes one right there, but it has plum curculio. I think that I need to take care of these trees in the fall, and then next year we can get a better harvest, because even in this really big one, I don't see any peaches, and that has not been the case for me in the last few years. The peach trees for sure produce, and this one getting cut way back. Like, I'm cutting it all the way down and moving it when the time comes. Fig tree looks good. I don't see any figs on it. I've had this fig tree, but I've never had a fig grow. Thing is, I haven't taken care of any of them, so I think this is my fault, and that's okay. And then this is the apple tree that we moved. It looks pretty good. I harvested some of this lemon balm. It's coming back. I did the same thing with the mint. Harvested that. You got feverfew over here. You got another fig over there that I need to get out the pot. Some comfrey that needs to go into the ground too, and some anise hyssop. In case you're new here, one of the things I marvel at, and what I was just standing under to get some shade, is this grapevine. That grapevine that I showed you all the way on the other side, this is all that grapevine. And we have lots of flowers on it, lots of flowers going all through it. Some of it, of course, is going to fall off. We're not gonna get all of these grapes, but baby, we gonna get a lot. We do every year. So, if you wanna know how to prune a grapevine, this is not the channel for you, because I don't prune this grapevine. I just let it go. Now, I am gonna prune up here, now that I have my lights and my poles, because I do not want it connected to this. Like, that's not gonna be cute, and I don't want it. So I'm gonna cut all of this stuff that you see hanging that's going towards these lights, because I don't want it. But y'all, that's the garden. I love this little wind chime. It's a welcome sign when you come into the garden. But I hope that y'all enjoyed it. That is the main garden so far this year. I'm pretty excited. We also gonna do this green stock with the green stock tour, even though it's in the garden. First green stock I ever purchased. But yeah, that is the main garden right now. Looking absolutely amazing. If you have any questions about anything out here, please let me know. You can see that the pests are starting to move in with the heat, but we're gonna be okay, y'all. We're gonna be just fine. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all. And don't forget to come back Friday for the greenhouse green stock tour. Bye, y'all.